again, these squares or
So
rectangles.
this right here is the opposite, like, of the sit, right? We've really stretched this out, moving it.
And a lot of times when we sit, instead of being on our sit bones, our spine upright, we tend to sit further back on our sacrum, and everything in the low back shifts into that rounded position. Whereas when you're here, it's pretty hard to get into that position. You almost automatically get there.
And we'd use this as a transition, but this is a position as well. This is just a tall kneeling. And there's lots of variations we can do with this too. Like you can sit back, you can be on your toes can be flat. There's just more variation that you can play with.
And for kids, they're not going to have an issue, but like going back to the W sit again, this is the hip hinge, the ability to go back while keeping the spine in its natural curve and back up is amazing. Kids can do it usually fine. Adults have a really hard time. And all this is the exact same squatting mechanics as being up here, down to here, okay? But you're just taking anything from the knee down, range of motion away. So you're just focusing on how do the hips function. And so sometimes those W sit, remember, is just because of the position of the pelvis, so they feel more stable. And squatting is really hard for them, but this is a way they can practice that and get through that range of motion without having to balance on their ankles anymore. Because a lot of times squatting, if you can't squat all the way down on the feet, it comes from the ankles.